Look at this amazing find I just found at a local thrift store for $5. I can't believe somebody took this thing in. Like, this thing is amazing in terms of its usage and what it has. And $5 gets you this high-end inkjet printer from, I don't know when, but that doesn't matter. And it only has 140 pages total on it. 140 pages, and they threw this thing away. Honest to God, I can't believe that. That's amazing. This thing is probably still on its original ink cartridges. Somebody bought this thing probably back in July of 2014. So this probably still has its original ink cartridges in it, for goodness sakes. Like, look at the date installed on this thing, and this one was the 139th page. So this thing is practically a brand new printer. I can't believe it. Like, honest to God, it's a brand new printer that I just got for dirt cheap on the secondhand market. And it's a full capacitive touchscreen. I kid you not, it's a capacitive touchscreen. It is plastic. I know it is. But it's capacitive. And the thing works perfectly fine. Can't see the screen. But this thing has Snapfish compatibility along with wireless printing and scanning and copying, you know, the usual routines, of course, as a printer. But this thing, aside from one minor problem, works perfectly fine. So we're going to let the printer boot up here. Again, this is wireless. It does support HPE print. And if you heard that, this thing has a speaker built into it, and it can play full sound effects. So if I go into the menu here, you can hear the little speaker. So that's pretty cool. If I go back here, and if I go into the settings and go to tools, and then this really is not coming out well, but that's the fault of me not focusing this correctly. And if I print the status report, here's the thing that's wrong with it. I have standard paper in there. But the problem is, it says there's no paper, yet there's paper in there. So there's a problem with the rollers, as far as I know, that the rollers aren't catching properly onto the paper. But, and this is going to take two hands, so, well, actually it might not. So if I press OK here to restart the print cycle, and then I help out the printer with help the feed the paper in, if I help it out, guess what? There's the printer status report coming out right now. So basically, it looks like the feed rollers are having a bit of problem. But otherwise, as long as you assist the paper going into the printer with your hand, if you just gently push it in there when it starts to feed, this works just fine. You can print out full text. I did that diagnostic report, and all the colors work. So it has good ink. And it has this play speaker in the thing. Like, look at that. This is the 141 page, the 141st page this thing has ever printed in its lifetime. This thing is a brand new printer, basically. Like, oh my God. Like, this is incredible. Like, who in the heck in this area throws away a printer this new for this cheap? Like, oh my God. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and connect it to a computer, and I'm going to install the driver, and we're going to try and print a picture through the standard paper, and we're going to see how it comes out, because I'm curious to see how this thing will actually look. Yeah, go figure. As soon as I install the latest Windows 10 Insider update to my computer, the display driver is broken yet again. So, looks like I gotta go in and pull the whole reset the stupid display driver trick. which Windows 10 needs to fix out, because even though it detects the hardware and it says there's a driver installed, it says there's no drivers installed. So it's really fucked up. Microsoft more specifically fucked it up. So I have to go in and I have to manually update this driver through all these different things. So I have to pick ATI Radeon HD 3400 series and press next, and it installs the driver just fine. Then I get my display back. But every time I do a software update on this thing that involves a build update, it always breaks the display driver. Always. See, now the display's back to how it is, how it should be. It takes a couple of cycles to get this thing to come back to life, but it does work just fine after you get all this stuff going. And we're all ready. Oh, nope, I forgot there's one last one that has to do. And then we're back. And now, I believe it wants us to restart the computer. Nope, I guess not. And now, we can go on to Chrome, and we can install the printer driver. So, actually I want it to go to Google. Okay, let's go get the drivers. Well, I have indeed installed the proper print driver for this Photosmart Plus printer. And I actually just got done with one of the first prints for photos, so I'm going to try another one here. This one's pretty bright and colorful. It's the Good Idea Videos banner from YouTube that I made myself in paint.net. So let's go ahead and print it out. My Snapchat is going off. Where's my phone? I don't know where my phone is, but anyway. This was the first print of this bridge, and oh my god, the quality is amazing. God, it's amazing. And I actually got it to print pages on its own now, so I don't need to assist it, which is nice, because all it needed is just a little bit of use, and now it's working perfectly fine. I did update the software on the printer, both the ePrint stuff and the built-in firmware, through the wireless, and it worked just fine. So the wireless is working, and here comes the Good Idea Videos logo. I'm using just standard plain paper to print these photos, or pictures, photos, images, whatever you want to call them. I honestly don't care what you call them. Just don't try and force it on me. And here it comes. These are a little bit cropped by the edges, which is nice, that way it doesn't bleed off. I do like how it does that. And there we go. There's no, well, there is a little bit of color distortion, but that's because I'm using standard paper. So this green kind of looks looks more like a forest green than a neon green. But that's to be expected with standard paper like this. It's not photo paper. Otherwise, there's no dithering. There's no loss of color anywhere. It comes out nice. I mean, it's obviously not that sharp because I use standard paper, but for what it did, that's impressive. Like, I like this bridge. That came out amazing. This one came out pretty good too, but I don't like how that green came out, but that's because I'm using standard paper. If I had photo paper, I would actually give it a try with photo paper, but I don't, so I can't do that. But yeah, that came out really nice. I'm impressed. So there we go. There's that printer there. So now, to go along with my really low page laser printer, which I need to print the test page on this laser printer, you have to hold down the stop button for about 3 seconds. So while that prints, we'll start the test print on this one. So you go to Tools, and then Print Status Report. This one's test page is 2 pages for some reason. But to go along with my really low page count laser printer with 131 pages on it, we'll now have the really low page count inkjet printer. It does print both directions, thankfully. Obviously, we need to. I now have my low count inkjet printer with 148 pages now. So there you go. There they are. Absolutely amazing. By the way, the laser printer here, whoa, that's not in focus, is an HP LaserJet P1102W. And there we go, Photosmart Plus B210 series. So there we go. There's my printer combo. Thanks for watching.